How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is. Your boy Easy Work Boxing, man. About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Basically, I'm on here to let y'all know that your boy Easy is back. As you see, I got a sign from my sister, which is motivation for me now for this sport that we call boxing that we love and we've watched. I consider it to be wrestling now. A lot of y'all out here, are confused with the sport. And it's took some of my love away from it. But I'm gonna be back on here. If I ain't going live, I'm gonna make some shorts. I'm gonna make some other videos, but we got a little stuff to talk about. We gotta talk about the fact that Davis versus Roach is possibly canceled. I think that's great. Thank God that somebody at Amazon decided not to go through with this fight. I think Tank needs to go back to the drawing board and pick a better opponent. Now he can holler at Shakur Stevenson. Well, Shakur Stevenson signed the fight. What's his name? Floyd Schofield. I think that's going to be a great fight. Even though I think Shakur Stevenson is going to outclass Floyd Schofield and, show that his levels to the sport of boxing. I take nothing away from Floyd Schofield. He's a good fighter. But at the end of the day, I think they jumping in the water a little bit too early, especially going after Shakur Stevenson. And, I wish that I could see Tank versus Shakur or Tank versus somebody with a heartbeat who we know could beat him. And that's why Amazon is not willing to pay for this fight because no tickets are being sold. But, of course, we're going to have the Tank penis riders out here. Of course, we're going to have the Tank penis riders out here. We're going to sit up here and say that, it was due to the fact that Tank wasn't interested or Tank just didn't want to fight. Yeah, you're going to say that, but we all know what the business is. The business is there ain't no tickets getting sold for this fight. That's why Tank out here saying that the fight gonna get canceled. It got moved from December the 14th to March 1st. So what else could it be, ladies and gentlemen, who are Tank fans? What y'all gonna say now? Huh? If the fight canceled, that means that nobody buy no tickets, don't nobody want to buy no tickets, and they ain't finna make no money off of it. So guess what, Tank? You need to go back to the drawing board and go and find you a better opponent to fight instead of a 130-pounder. Shall I say that again? A 130-pounder that you finna make move up once again like you did Leo Santa Cruz. I call him Mr. Rehydration Clause. Mr. Rehydration Clause, Mr. Never Been Unified. Ain't gonna never be unified. He just run around 3-division champion. Give him credit for that. But other than that, Tank is a cherry picker. Tank, we don't need you in boxing. You need to go ahead and retire now. If you're not going to fight a Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, some credible name at 135, I want you to fight Raymond Martella, somebody who has a chance of beating you, who has the experience and the knowledge and the IQ to fight you. But unfortunately, with Tank, we ain't going to get that. Got to give a shout out to Usyk. Me, if I would have came out and made a prediction on Usyk versus Fury 2, y'all, I would have went with Fury. So I'm happy I didn't come out and say anything about it. I didn't watch the whole fight. I didn't watch the highlight. I don't know who really won. Some people saying Tyson Fury was robbed. Some people saying Usyk won. But we do got a new challenger up for him, and that's Daniel Dubois. And I hope that he takes that challenge, which Daniel Dubois really defeated and stopped Usyk. But, they cheated for him and said it was a low blow, but that was not a low blow. That was actually a good body shot that took the breath away from Usyk. And they cheated and let the Usyk go on and continue for the big bucks and fights like the Tyson Fury fights and others. One thing you got to understand about boxing is the politics of it. You got to understand that money talks, BS walk. So that's why Daniel Dubois couldn't get that fight when we know and saw that he caught Usyk, however you pronounce it, Usyk with a good body shot and took him out of the game. So I like the fact that he jumped in the ring and challenged him. This is something that most fighters need to start doing today, jumping in the ring and challenge their opponents, put them on blast, as they say, or, call them out in front of the world. Don't wait till you go get on a YouTube channel with somebody interviewing you and say, I want to fight such and such. No, just jump in the ring. Jump in the ring. That's the best thing to do. Jack Johnson formed the first first black heavyweight champion of the world. He followed people around from overseas, kind of like what what's his name? Fighter from New York had the gold. He got the gold dreads. Well, had the gold dreads. He got a ball. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. What's his name? Come on, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's go, champ. I got his picture. I see him right now in my eyes as my eyes are closed. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Shannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs, he went and followed Klitschko, when they made him fall in water, flip this boat over, do everything else necessary to try to get the fight. This is what fighters need to do today. You have to be disrespectful. You got to hurt some feelings. You got to talk about some people they love. Make them get in the ring and fight you. So shout out to the boys. I know a lot of people going to try to look at it like, oh, that was disrespectful. This ain't no. Ain't no different than when Floyd Mayweather and Shane Mosley got into it and Shane Mosley got in the ring. Ain't no different than when Shakur got in the ring with Devin Haney and they opened up the ropes and let Devin Haney run out the ring. You see what I'm saying? So this is why, I'm not really entertained by boxing at this point. It's a lot of stuff going on that shouldn't be going on. It's a lot of fights that we should be, watching and entertained by, but it's not going on at this point. How do I feel about Bud versus Canelo? Like I've always said, Bud is a different type of talent when it comes to boxing. But at the same time, Canelo Alvarez, I think Canelo Alvarez is a limited fighter. He relies mostly on power. And, I hope there's VADA and urine testing for this fight. If that's possible, I think Terrence has a better chance. But even still, by Terrence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes, I think, hold up, 154, 160, 168. I'm moving up 2-3 weight classes to fight, Canelo Alvarez. I think it's still dangerous. That's why weight classes exist for a reason. But, due to the fact of the skill set of Terrence Crawford and, his abilities, it evens the playing field a little bit. But if Canelo were to land a good shot or a shot that Terrence Crawford doesn't see, it may change the outcome of the fight. So I think it's a dangerous fight for Terrence. I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford will lose to, Canelo Alvarez, but at the same time, like I said, that's the reason they have weight, divisions. But I think Terrence Crawford has enough skill set, IQ to beat a Canelo Alvarez. But we will see in the future. I hope this fight happens. It was said if Terrence Crawford goes out there and beats Canelo Alvarez, even though he won't be undisputed, like we was hoping, or you're a fan of Terrence Crawford, hoping he was, it still makes him Terrence already one of the greatest male fighters of all time. We got NUI behind him, we got Usyk behind him. These men out there. But if Terrence Crawford could go out there and beat Canelo Alvarez, I think that put him as number one, especially if it was somehow, some way that he could ever be, undisputed again in the sport of boxing. So I'd love to see that. Now I'm tired. I'm just talking with my eyes closed. Y'all forgive me. I ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all like my new sign that's up there. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Go to Cash App, whatever it is, y'all. But I just really wanted to let y'all know that your boy Easy Work is back. And I'm going to be making the videos even more. I'm going to be making my shorts. So just stay tuned to the channel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go. I just watched a video of Richard Hitchens on Fight Hype where he got some girl sitting behind him. It was an all-cap video. It made him look very lame. It looked like he was trying to impress the female that he was with, and which I don't understand, Richard Hitchens. Hitchinson, or, however you pronounce his name. He got money. So it made him look very lame to sit out there and, say he ain't got to talk about guys, but then you out there talking about guys. And salute to you for getting your belt. You want to act like you didn't duck, the boogeyman at that point before Parole beat him, what's his name, Matias. But we never heard you call out Matias. You never said you want no smoke with Matias. So when Parole said, that you was ducking and you didn't want to fight one of the best out there, I can agree with that. Richard Hitchison, take nothing away from him. He got a beautiful jab. That's one thing he got. He got a Floyd Mayweather style jab. Pure, pretty jab. But, Richard Hitchison, we're going to see what's going to happen. You get in the ring with Teofimo Lopez and then others in that weight class. Or you should move up, You know, I think that Richard Hitchison, you know, even though I say he got a good jab, I think he's a fighter that's a finesse style. You know, he wants to look pretty. He wants to be like Devin Haney does. You know, Devin Haney cares more about looking for the slice and looking like a Floyd Mayweather than actually going out there winning a fight. Which is why he went out there and got beat up by Ryan Garcia. Being the shoes he wore, he had no business wearing these shoes. But we got to talk about David Benavidez versus Morrell. Y'all see they going back and forth. This is going to be a great fight between Benavidez and David Morrell. I asked y'all, please go check out my prediction on the fight. You know, David Morrell throwing belts at people's heads. I don't know why David Benavidez even pushed David Morrell, but, you know, this is going to be a good, entertaining fight. Me personally, I really don't know who to go for because you see somebody gonna look at it and they gonna go from the amateur bouts, which you're supposed to study. And you're supposed to study when you having a prediction. You're supposed to go from amateurs to pros. And a lot of people gonna look at David Morrell amateur career and they gonna be like, well, I think that he'll be able to beat David Benavidez. And true enough, David Benavidez only had 15 fights as an amateur, you know, amateur boxing. But David Benavidez has studied and trained and sparred with some of the greatest of all-time boxers or Hall of Fame boxers since he was a teenager, when he was fat, you know, when he was just out there doing it for fun, wanting to do something. You know, now look where he's at. But we have to remember that David Benavidez has sparred the greats out there, you know. So some people gonna say, well, you know, Morrell has more experience from the amateurs, but that amateur experience don't mean nothing to their pro sparring experience. Now, I want Morrell to win. I'm simply telling y'all personally, I want Morrell to win, but I'm telling you the truth of how it should go and how we know what's going on with boxing. You know, those amateur opponents were high-class opponents. So I think that David Benavidez may still be a level or two or three above, you know, Morrell. I like the fact that Morrell is not showing any respect. That gives confidence to his fans. You know, that shows a different side of boxing. Most of the time, we see dudes get in the ring with, you know, guys like David Benavidez or Tank or Terrence Crawford. Well, nobody really say nothing about it like that. But they really get in there and they be like, you know, they show too much respect. So I like the fact that, you know, Morrell is not showing David Benavidez any respect. That makes me, you know, feel good about the fact that it's going to be a good fight. You know, they're the same height, same size. I think it's going to be a different look because one thing that Morrell has to do is box. If Morrell box, he's straight. Game plan of whenever David Benavidez come close, clinch him, push him off you, turn him, clinch. Create offense. Clinch. Create. When David get close to you, clinch him. Turn him into another corner, step back, create offense again. It's ways to beat David Benavidez, but you have to box him and you have to be in great shape. Do not stand there in front of David Benavidez and think y'all finna have a punch and, you know, y'all finna sock him, rock him, robot. That's stupid. I still think that David Benavidez could come forward and still possibly beat Morrell, but Morrell has to be in the best shape of his life with a great game plan, using his jab, which I see Morrell really doesn't use a jab, and, you know, clinching and turning and resetting up offense. That's the way I think he could beat David Benavidez because David gonna bring it. We already know how David comes. How did you score Fury versus Usyk fight? I didn't watch it. You know, I didn't watch it at all. With an even fight, I give the advantage to the most skillful fighter. Who do you consider the most skillful fighter or most experienced fighter against Morrell and David Benavidez? Skills from New Orleans. Who do you think is the fighter with the higher IQ? David Morrell or David Benavidez? Also, y'all, I gotta tell y'all again, I'm back on the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best. I be working y'all and wrestling. You know, I mean, well, I you see how I just switch it up. Boxing is becoming like wrestling, so you know, be pissing me off. So I don't really like to make videos. I don't like to make gossip videos. But I'm gonna make whatever I got to make because my sister bought me this sign and we gonna get this money on it. You understand me? David M refused to show sportsmanship. Now he ain't have to shake his hand. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to make him feel insulted. I ain't gotta respect you. Don't show him no respect. I ain't coming out here to shake your hand. See, that's mind games that can get in the head of David Benavidez, make him angry. You know, he coming out there saying he gonna break people's jaws, he gonna do this. Well, you know, that also can set you into a trap because you coming out there strictly to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? To make you want to go out there and you will lose your game plan trying to hurt him. So I hope that Ronnie Shields, which I know Ronnie Shields is an excellent trainer, but Ronnie Shields, they should have a great game plan of boxing, using a jab, moving off the back foot. If Dave Benavidez come in and start swinging, just clinch, hold him, turn him into a corner, back out, and start your offense again. It's simple. Do not go out there and try to prove to the world, oh, I can go bang for bang with Dave Benavidez. You ain't gonna make it. That's his bread and butter. I think if you push David Benavidez on the back foot, we will see that David Benavidez can't really fight off the back foot. You see what I'm saying? Both of these fighters actually, you know, both of them are come forward fighters, Morrell and David Benavidez. So I say the fighter that get pushed back the most is gonna lose. The fighter that get pushed back the most is gonna lose. The fighter that's not in the best shape that night is gonna lose. Because this is a 50-50 fight, you know, between Dave Morrell and Dave Benavidez. It's hard to say who's gonna win. If Morrell has a great game plan, he could win. All Dave Benavidez, like I tell y'all, got to do is be himself. Dave Benavidez got to just come out and do the same stuff he's been doing to his opponents, and he'll come out victorious. Now, the question that's really up there, is really Morrell ready for David Benavidez? But of course, some of y'all going to say, yeah, because, oh, he got 100 and some amateur fights. Amateurs is not the pros. Amateurs are not amateur boxing is not the pro league. So for those that are going to sit there and say, well, I'll go with, you know, say Morrell, and I want Morrell to win, y'all. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm giving you what God loves. I'm giving you what God loves. I want Morrell to win. But going against Dave Benavidez, he's going to have a game plan and follow it. Follow it. He ain't fought nobody like a David Benavidez. David Benavidez has fought a better skilled opponents than Morrell. Am I lying? David Benavidez has fought better competition than Morrell. One advantage that Morrell get in this fight is his youth. But he better use that youth to move around that ring and do a good job of, you know what I'm saying, footwork and keeping away from Dave Benavidez. He should not go out there trying to go toe-to-toe with no Dave Benavidez. That's the wrong thing. But knowing the mind of a Ronnie Shields, which you can't really say because I ain't never seen him give good game plans to the Charlos. Ronnie Shields, I think, is probably just like a puncher trainer, you know, show you how to make punches accurately and timing. But, you know, I don't think he really out there, you know what I'm saying, making game plans up and, you know what I'm saying, we going to do this and we going to do that, you know. But we shall see, you know what I'm saying, in February what's going to happen. David going to beat him is not even a doubt. And I kind of agree with you, Mexican boxing. I kind of agree with you. But like I said, the youth and also, you know, Dave Morrell got power too. They similar in power, you know, so it's gonna be a good fight. But if I had to choose, I lean towards David more. I lean towards David Benavidez more. Well, I mean David Benavidez, both of them named David, my bad. Come back here, I tell you, I told you. we all will know February the 1st. Yeah, we will. We will know February the 1st. And I can't wait to see, on February the 1st, who's gonna be, victorious. But like I said, Dave Morrell, I like the fact that he's not showing respect to Dave Benavidez. That's a plus. Because once you see fighters out there showing respect to their opponents, uh, you can guarantee a loss. Out there saying, "Oh, you're one of the best, and I respect you." No, no, no. Disrespect them. See, when fighters are disrespected, you got to think about this just like being in the streets. When even though I know your resume and I know that you done beat certain fighters, if I come to you and I say, and I'm showing you I'm not scared of you, it can intimidate that fighter who been consistently beating the guys with names like Dave Benavidez. So if I come to you and I'm showing you like, you just a regular opponent, ain't nobody scared of you, you ain't this and that, what I'm saying? I ain't finna respect you or nothing like that. That gets into their head. Because they like, this dude know I done beat better names than him, big names than him, but he ain't showing me no respect. And that may make that fighter come out there and throw away his game plan. Because like Dave Benavidez said, like I said earlier, he's saying he coming out there to hurt David Morrell. So I think the best thing for David Morrell to do is, come out there and strictly just try to box. Box and move, box and move. 12 rounds and just outbox David Benavidez. But we shall see. Also, we got Floyd Schofield, like I said, versus Shakur Stevenson. We got Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? He finally let the Terrence Crawford beef go. He hollering at Brian Norman and Boots. I think those are good fights for him. Even though I think he should stay at Teofimo should try to stay at 140 and focus on fighting like a Richard Hitchens, and other fighters who have the belts at 140. But to go up there and make the money play, hey, I ain't got nothing wrong with that. I like Teofimo Lopez. I think his fight against Josh Taylor is really made me a fan of Teofimo Lopez. And when Teofimo Lopez is focused and his mind is right, he's a dangerous fighter. So I would like to see Teofimo Lopez fight Jerron Ennis or Brian Norman Sr. or Devin Haney, which Devin Haney ducked from what we understand from watching the videos on Fight Hype and more. That Devin Haney recently ducked Teofimo Lopez. And I believe that a lot of y'all think that Teofimo Lopez was ducking Devin Haney. But then you got to think about the fact that Devin Haney was going behind the scenes, helping Kambosos, telling all Teofimo Lopez personal business to get him beat. So that to me looks like a form of intimidation of Teofimo Lopez from Devin Haney. I think he never really wanted to fight him. He don't want to fight him now. He has the possibility. If Devin want to come back and put his name back out there as one of the best, what would be better than going and take a belt from Teofimo Lopez? But, of course, like I tell y'all all the time, these fighters' confidence be down, especially after a loss like he lost in front of the world, Ryan Garcia. You out there playing and saying that you undefeated. The world know you're not undefeated. We all know that you took a loss. And you got to think about the fact when Regis Prograis was saying that they bought a loss away from Mexico. So if they don't have to, Devin Haney suing people, what I'm saying? His losses getting taken back. So I think the Mexico situation may be true. But because if you can all of a sudden get your old put back after a loss in front of the whole world, that's the type of stuff that he's used to, in my opinion. He says, is Lopez good? Is Lopez good? Yes. I no longer support a blatant open racist, including Ryan. I used to love that guy. I understand that people saying they don't support a racist, this, that, and the other. But let's just say that Teofimo Lopez was saying those racist remarks to make people get in the ring with him. He still could be a racist. But like I said in the beginning of this video, sometimes you got to go overboard to get a fighter to get in the ring with you. You know what I'm saying? You can apologize later. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry you got offended by that. Even if he really is a racist. But hey, you know, I just wanted to get you in the ring. I said what I said to, you know, make you want to fight me. I apologize for it. And, you know, I hope we can move on from this. But fighters today are not doing what's necessary to get other fighters in the ring. You need to be disrespectful. If I have to talk about your children or have to talk about your mother, you know, when Roberto Duran disrespected Sugar Ray's wife, Sugar Ray Leonard's wife, just to get the fight. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be disrespectful as hell to get the fights. And I salute that, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when they get out the ring, a guy can easily go to his dressing room and say, hey, man, I meant no harm by the stuff I was saying. I just wanted to fight you. You know, I know it was public, this, that, and the other. I buy your children some gifts, your wife some gifts, but it wasn't like that. I just wanted to get you to step in the ring with me. So I like that. Once again, we got to talk about Tank Davis. I ain't going to stop talking about that. Trash, cherry picker. It's good that Amazon is not paying for your BS fights. So go pick somebody else who will possibly be a challenge for you, and Amazon will want to pick your fight up. See, y'all run around here talking about Tank saying fight counsel like Tank just a boss like that. No, it's people investing in Tank fights to make the fight. And Amazon is one of them. Y'all just run around here thinking just Tank just say, oh, the fight over with and that's it. No, not when Amazon or whatever other promotional company, whoever invested their money, Tank just can't say that something is over with. He can't do that. For those that really thinking that Tank could just come out and say something over, he can't do that. He can't do that. That's gonna mess his money up because you're gonna have to pay them people for the money they didn't spend for trying to put out tickets, paying for paying for the building that y'all gonna fight in, all types of stuff. So Tank, I don't believe the fight really over with, but it should be. And if it is, thank you, Amazon, for stopping a little cherry picking, never gonna be undisputed Mr. Rehydration Clause Tank from going out there and putting on a fight that don't nobody want to see. Sorry, Lamont Roach, stay at 130. Go try to be unified. Sorry, Lamont. But we don't want to see you versus Tank. We just gonna keep it real with you. We gonna keep it a buck with you. We don't want to see that. Forget about that. Forget about that stuff. Keep it boxing. Teofimo Lopez is still a threat to anybody. So Devin and Boots duck him. Boxers know that. I don't think Boots will duck him. I think Devin will, but I don't think Boots will duck him. Boots got the advantage. He bigger. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be a different situation. What belt do Boots got? Boots got the IBF, right? So Boots can't really come in that big after weigh-in. So that'll be a good decent fight for Teofimo Lopez because Boots can't come in past 10 pounds after weighing in that night, somewhere like that. So don't count Teofimo Lopez out. Teofimo Lopez is a hell of a fighter, y'all. I know Sandor Martin, yeah, he got knocked down by Sandor Martin twice and this down, which I feel they really gave him that fight. You know, but at the same time, like I say, a focused Teofimo Lopez is a deadly Teofimo Lopez. And that's just my opinion of it. You know? But like I said, I can't wait to see Floyd Schofield versus Shakur Stevenson. I think Shakur Stevenson is gonna beat the hell out of Floyd Schofield. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all looking at Floyd Schofield is another Sean Porter. Lunging in and out, don't really use the jab for real. Got great athleticism, you know what I'm saying, skillful as far as, you know what I'm saying, him being in the ring and being an amateur boxer, but Shakur Stevenson is going to whitewash that boy. No, I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson, Floyd ain't got it right now. Floyd ain't ready for Shakur Stevenson, y'all. I'm just being real with y'all. No hate on Kid Austin. You know what I'm saying? I know they talking about his daddy, you know what I'm saying? His aunt, calling his dad an auntie. That ain't got nothing to do with it. He's not ready. See, the thing with Floyd Schofield needs to get away from his father. He need to make his father his second trainer. Even though, shout out to the father, you pushed your son to this level to make it to this level. But you need to step aside and get out the way and get somebody in there who's going to show your son how to use a jab, how not to lunge in, how not to fight like Sean Porter. Because Floyd Schofield is really built off athleticism. I say as far as a boxer, he's a C minus, D plus. But he's strong. He got power. But Shakur gonna beat the hell out of that boy, man. Shakur gonna beat the hell out of that boy. It's Ryder season. They won't reward his defensive style, and he got robot judge gonna prove it. I'm telling y'all. Remember, I'm the first channel. Well, I probably ain't the first telling y'all because a lot of people ride with Shakur. But I ain't no penis rider. I don't do that on my channel. I don't just ride with dudes because they look good or whatever. I go off skill set. And from skill set, Floyd Schofield gonna get beat up. He gonna look like a pinata out there. He gonna look like a pinata out there. Boots didn't duck. He said he wanted a natural 147 pounds and he kept the same energy. He also didn't duck version. You can only duck if you're within the same weight class. Yeah, you can duck. I like that. You know what I'm saying? You can only duck if you're within the same weight class. But you and your team should not be out there mentioning a guy's name and then you don't take the fight. You know, you talking about you had people who are you the boss when you the fighter. Should nobody be going behind my back making no deals when I'm the fighter and I got to step in the ring? Don't make no deal without me. So that means you need to switch management. You see what I'm saying? But Eddie Hearn got him tied in. And I keep telling y'all, remember me saying this, Eddie Hearn is setting up Jaron Ennis to fight. What's that boy name? Come on now. Conor Ben. That's the fight that they setting him up for. And see, Eddie Hearn really don't want Boots to lose because that belt controls stuff. That belt is controlled. Y'all give me 1 second right quick. Yeah, it's just like that for the PBC. See, the PBC, Al Heyman, the only thing that say Al Heyman is belts. So Eddie Hearn gets a little bit of power when he gets somebody with a belt. That's why they don't want Boots to really fight nobody with a heartbeat because Eddie Hearn want to keep holding on to that title. That title opened up doors for Eddie Hearn. As y'all know, Oscar De La Hoya already been telling y'all that Eddie Hearn out here looking real bad from some of the fights and what he putting his fighters in. So Eddie Hearn is losing real bad when it comes to promotion and losing fighters messing up their careers. So he ain't got no belt, so he gonna use Boots to his best advantage. He ain't finna set Boots up to lose right now. He not. When hold on, let me see. Because I don't really know about who signed to the zone and got a belt. But I'm gonna put it to you like this. When Eddie Hearn get two fighters or maybe even three fighters in different divisions from 135, 140, it could be 122, 160, 168. If he could get three fighters with titles, he gonna let Boots get beat because he got more belts now. I'm telling y'all. He gonna let Boots get beat then. Cap Shakur not beating anybody up. Just win by points using pity-patty shots. Hey, boxing is hit and not get hit. Boxing is hit and not get hit. Whichever way you want to say it, at the end of the day, boxing is hit and not get hit. So if you come up with the win, that's just what it is. As far as races, let them knock each other off. The more we ignore, the more we're forced to endure. Skills, you being biased. You must have forgot the whole internet went viral about Boots ducking. Yeah, it went viral about Boots ducking, but behind we as fans don't know the truth about nothing. We just know what we're told. Now, do I think Boots probably ducked Virgil Ortiz? Yeah. But I'm sitting up here just telling you that they ain't finna. Eddie Hearn is not. He said his team went and handled a situation without him. Did Boots duck? Possibly, yes. But Eddie Hearn won titles. I think Eddie Hearn would let him fight, Virgil Ortiz and get that WBA title. They want titles. That's what Eddie Hearn needs, titles. Mexican boxing on one. If you want to conversate, don't attack me. Attack my opinion. Never biased. Furthermore, I think Kelly's the whole thing. What's up with your rebel life? These dudes talking about Shakur not beating anybody up, but I bet he can't last 2 rounds in the ring with him. I don't think none of us who ain't professional boxers can last in the ring with Shakur Stevens or any other boxer. But like I said, I got Floyd Schofield getting beat the hell up at the end of the day. That's just what it is for me. But Turk need to somebody need to make Tank fight somebody. That's one thing I gotta say. Tank gotta fight somebody. Tank trash with what he out here doing. Your own promotional company, Amazon, don't even want to support your fight, bro. A lot of y'all out here just thinking Tank could just say, "Oh, I don't want to fight nobody," and that's it. Tank ain't got no rights to do that when he signed to these people promotional company. Amazon don't want to fight because ain't nobody paying for it. Ain't nobody paying for that fight. The illusion, Tank illusion is gone. Every time they talk about Turkey Al-Rashid, talking about paying him to do a fight, now he got to send you 3 Lambos. Why somebody got to send you 3 Lambos to fight somebody with a pulse? Fight somebody with an IQ like yours, a power like yours? Why they got to send you 3 cars for that, Tank? He need to go and retire and get out of the way. It's too many fighters at 135, 140 that he could have fought and still in contract to. Well, who else was going to fight him? That's what Tank fans say. Who else was going to fight him? It'd have been a lot of fighters to fight one of the, y'all say, the face of boxing who get paid the highest. A lot of people would have fought him. It's been folks came off 2 weeks' notice to fight Tank if they had to for that payday. For that payday, they could have called somebody. Let's say the fight was December 14th like it was supposed to be. They could have called somebody on December 1st, a Ray Matala, anybody with a credible name, and said, "Do you want to fight Tank for such and such amount of money?" They just said, "Yeah." So y'all stop capping and acting like they sent their contract out to several good fighters. They didn't. They cherry picked as usual. They cherry picked as usual. Then they gonna pull a little publicity stunt trying to get Kevin Ford to act like he ain't training them no more, and so people could watch. And we don't care. We don't care. You probably think Devin got cheated, didn't get cheated, right? Yeah, the fanboys showed up. I don't really believe that. Whether Ryan Garcia was on steroids or not, Devin Haney couldn't dodge a left hook. And since y'all love to talk about people who on PEDs, what about when Frank Marr fought Michelle Rivera and beat Michelle Rivera on steroids? On PEDs, shall I say. Frank Martin beat Michelle Rivera, a credible fighter with a good name, good resume, while he got caught with PEDs after the fight. So why Devin Haney get an excuse because he couldn't beat him? Devin Haney said that Ryan Garcia was a C- fighter. was a nothing fighter and went out there and got brutalized. So stop it. We seen Ryan Garcia getting tired. We seen Ryan Garcia even big. Look at the shoes Devin Haney came out there with. Them look like boot house shoes. Them look like boot house shoes. A lot of y'all be, oh, you just want to downgrade it. But no, Devin Haney didn't want coming out there like he thought he was finna just go out there and beat Ryan Garcia. He thought Ryan Garcia was drinking and drunk, and Ryan Garcia was gonna come in there doped up, smoked up, and Ryan Garcia went out there and beat the hell out of him. Beat him like a pinata. That boy can't even get up. You know you beating somebody up real bad when you begging their daddy to stop the fight. When you begging their daddy to stop the fight, you know what I'm talking about, Eddie. That boy ain't fighting nobody. Not saying Cure will lose, but this is a bad style matchup. I got Cure winning in a likely brawl. Shakur ain't finna brawl with nobody. He don't have to, especially not no Floyd Schofield. .0. Shakur last person he beat up, who was it? Let me see which one he fought. Was it Oscar Valdez? Valdez, he beat up Oscar Valdez. Credible name, Oscar Valdez. Now, who did Floyd Schofield beat up besides them journeymen that was supposed to make his record look good? Who is he fought? Now, I'm not riding Shakur Stevenson coattail. I know Shakur Stevenson has had some dull fights, especially since that De Los Santos fight. I went to sleep on that fight, and I paid $10 for my ESPN subscription that night, and I fell asleep on it. So I understand the gripe with people about Shakur Stevenson, but at the same time, the boy got skills. And in my opinion, he has more skills than Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield's father needs to get an assistant trainer who's actually been in the ring, who can show his son something different before he get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Because if he don't, y'all gonna see that boy get beat up real bad. Y'all gonna see that boy get beat up real bad against Shakur Stevenson. And then all the trash talk, that's going to be even more. That went viral again. That's a record for the wrong things. I seen him go viral what he's standing there trying to talk to. Devin Haney is a lame. He a great boxer, and ain't nothing wrong with being a lame. Devin Haney want to act like he from the streets or he tough. His father from the streets. Devin Haney is really a lame, y'all. He proved that to y'all when he sued Ryan Garcia for getting beat up. Miguel Cotto, for those that know, let's go back in history in the sport of boxing. Miguel Cotto fought Antonio Margarito, and this man had plaster in his hands and did not sue him. He got a rematch and beat Antonio Margarito. Devin Haney sued this boy because he went out there and got knocked down several times. I'm going to say that again so y'all can understand. Miguel Cotto fought Antonio Margarito with plaster in his gloves and then go press charges. Beat blood out of Miguel Cotto and didn't go press charges. You hear me? And didn't go press no charges. But look who did. Devin Haney. Either work was Tank's best opponent. Oh, I say Pedraza. Pedraza was his best opponent. That's what matters. Shakur had some sour fights, but overall, the kid could fight. Shakur animal, man. That boy's something serious. I go as far as say Shakur possibly stops him in 8 to 10 rounds. Probably earlier than that. No, Shakur ain't really got no power like that. So I think they'll probably throw in the towel about 8-10 rounds. I agree with that, Rebel Life Boxing. They'll probably throw in the towel about 8 to 10 rounds. After they start seeing Shakur beat him up, Floyd Schofield get tired. He get tired. He ain't been in a lot of 12-round fights. So you know what Shakur and them gonna do to him? Take him in deep waters and drown him. I got Cool, but it's not gonna be easy, not because it isn't skill enough. Cool is starting to cave under pressure to get more intense fight, and then he'll become more open. Shakur have a problem with power punch. He don't be wanting to be getting hit. Whenever he fight a power punch or somebody who can really hit, that's when you see all that movement from Shakur. So Shakur, if Floyd hit Shakur real hard and it's a good punch, then we're gonna see a lot of movement from Shakur. Frank Martin, he beat Tank every round until Tank cut the ring off. But that was still a cherry pick. Because I keep telling y'all, Tank been boxing since he was 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8 years old, which means he got more IQ than Frank Martin could think about. Why do you think he won them rounds and then he got knocked out? Because Tank got more IQ than him. That's cherry picking. Like I tell people all the time, if you're gonna choose a mechanic to fix your car, would you choose the mechanic that's been working on cars for 20 years, or would you choose the one that just started working on cars 2 years ago? You're gonna choose the one that's been doing it for 20 years because why? He got more experience. Tank told y'all when he was fighting before the fight, he said, you stuck your head out there too early. You should have waited. That right there should let y'all know that Tank was going to beat the hell out of Frank Martin. Because Tank know, because he's a boxer, that boy, I got more IQ than you could think about. You started when you was 17, 15 years old. I started when I was a kid. You beat him every round and then got knocked out. So, you know, you say how you want to see it at the end of the day. But hey, y'all, I just got on for a minute. I got to start getting back in tune with boxing. I got to start watching my fight hype videos. I got to start watching, you know, Google and, you know, giving y'all more information. I'm just letting y'all know I'm back. And, you know, I thank y'all for tuning in, taking y'all time out y'all life to rock with your boy E. So, you know what I'm saying? I give it to you fair and square. I'm not a fan of none of these guys like that. I ain't going to be biased for none of them because don't nobody hit that cash up or send me nothing to promote them and lie to y'all. I love this sport of boxing, and I'm going to give you my straight opinion of it. And that's just what it is. But it's time for me to get off, y'all. I'll holler at y'all. Stay tuned to the channel. Thank y'all for y'all support. You know, this your boy Easy Work. I'm signing out. Y'all have a